And then sometimes we just think so small about who we are as a person. And when we try to think big, it's scary because we think so small of ourselves. How would we think big about ourselves and then big things can happen? Welcome to the Essence of True Self podcast, where we affirm I am the son of my creation. Here I focus on mindfulness, limiting belief, self-care, spirituality, and overall becoming your true self. I'm your host, Oriana, a book, tea, and self-development lover. I give you tips and tricks of what I learned on my self-development journey so you can apply to yours. If you're interested, keep listening. Hey, welcome back to the Essence of True Self podcast, and I'm your host, Oriana. And I hope your week, your day, your evening is going pretty well. If not, of course, I'm sending you love and light in this time. And if you don't know already, I do readings, mediumship coaching. I also have ebooks that help revolve around you being becoming your true self or being your true self and really embracing that and being who you are. And I do have a free shadow book e-guide that's linked in my bio or description. I'm so used to saying bio. Linked in my description. And once you sign up for my email list, you would get that right in your email box. And yeah, I have so many other great things below, so check it out. Feel free to check it out and follow what I'm doing. And before we get into anything else, of course, we're going to do some breathing and we're going to say our affirmation. Let's get into it. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And now we're going to say our affirmations. I am the son of my creation. I am the son of my creation. I am the son of my creation. I hope that grounds you and centers you into this present moment and being open and receptive to the message I have for you today. Today. And yeah. So as you can see by this title, this is your sign to tap in. I feel like a lot of us have been slacking on really pursuing what we really want to do. And it's not like one of them videos of like, oh, you have this much before the end of the year and you have this much to do and get it done expeditiously. No, I'm telling you to tap in with yourself. It's about that time. How long it's going to take? How long it's going to take for you to actually tap into yourself? How long? I feel like we all been going through the shifts and changing in life, but the only person that's not changing is you. It's you. What are you not doing? Why are you not tapping into yourself? Are you afraid? Why are you afraid? You're afraid you're not going to like yourself? How about you get to know yourself deeply and find a new way to actually start loving yourself deeply? You don't have to always stick to one way of living your life. That's how we get stuck, stagnant, confused, not knowing what to do. Because it's so easy to continue to do the same thing. When life is telling you it's time for a change, when your soul is telling you it's time for a change, embrace that change. Ask yourself, what is this change calling me to do? We all go through changes and shifts, and I know you feel it. And it's happening right now. And I know you're tired of the same stuff, of the same idea, the same thought pattern, the same people, the same job, the same eating habits. Why not change it? Why not? Because you're afraid something might be different and something might be not the same before. And I think that's just the whole point of it all. You are the source. You are the power of changing anything you want in your life. Your mindset, your belief, your habits, the way you view yourself, the way you view life. You have the power to change that. No one else does. And we give our power so much away to people who we think deserve that type of power. But we are that power. It's time to tap into you. Who are you? Really ask yourself, who are you? And if you don't know, it's time to figure it out, babes. It's time to stop slacking on yourself. It's time to stop putting yourself last and start putting yourself first. That's why a lot of things is not coming into our life, because we put other things on a pedestal when we are the pedestal. And then sometimes we just think so small about who we are as a person. And when we try to think big, it's scary because we think so small of ourselves. How would we think big about ourselves and then big things can happen? Because for me, I've been living my whole life for other people. Their beliefs, their thoughts, their idea of what my life should be, who I thought I should be, to please those people. But no, I was not happy. I was not satisfied. I was not eating well. I didn't have a clear mind. I couldn't think for myself because I was always seeking for answers outside of me. And I was miserable. I was depressed. And then things changed when I decided I want to put me first. I want to love me more. I want to love myself so much that I know that I don't accept bullshit anymore. Just to keep it frank. When we love ourselves so much, when we tap into ourselves so much, we're not accepting bullshit no more. Because we're hoping and praying that this person, this thing, this life outside of us can fulfill us when we don't even feel fulfilled in ourselves. A lot of times we're walking around zombie-like because we're on autopilot and really just continue to do the same thing over and over again. But who is that really serving? When you allow your fears, your lack, your belief of your old paradigm, of your past, continue to dictate your future, you will not get far. Because you will continue to live the same life that you have been living right now. Stop wasting time. You have the power. You got the ability to change whatever. Ask yourself, what do you need right now? Who are you? Who I desire to be? What do I always want to do that I kept putting off? We always have that one thing. We're like, oh, I'm going to do this. And we keep putting it off, keep putting it off, keep putting it off. That's a lack of trust and belief that we can actually do those things. Why not just do it and see what happens? The only way to really grow is to get uncomfortable, to get out of your comfort zone, to see what really life is. A lot of times people have the same life because they don't want to get out of their comfort zone. They don't want to really live. Who are you living for? Because I know it's not for you. It's time to tap in. It's time to see yourself. It's time to really believe in yourself. I'm a prime example. I finally started believing in myself. And I attract like-minded individuals that you are listening to this. You know deep down, this is for you. This message is for you. And you want to be more. You want to follow your true self. You want to love yourself deeply. You want to do something that makes you light up. You want to make money that makes you feel like I'm not even working for this money. Because it comes so easily. But what is stopping you? And if you blame other people, you allow them people to have hold over your life. When I tell you, you are the power, you have the power to change, then you are. Because you wake up and go to sleep to yourself. You live and you die for yourself. Who else are you living for? And I understand if you have kids, that's understandable. But show your kids that it's possible to live your life for who you are. Because your kids can see that you live in a miserable life. You're not happy with what you already have. You are the source. You are the power. Shift your mindset. Shift your belief. Take action steps. And watch the life unfold for you. And I always say it takes 6 weeks to create a habit. Don't be hard on yourself. And if you're trying to do something different and change in your life and you being hard on yourself the whole way through, it's not going to make a change in the impact that you hope it to be. Trust me, I know. I used to belittle myself to get stuff done. If nobody else do it, who will? The universe will. As you checked out my last video, the universe is unlimited, therefore you are unlimited. We put so much limit on ourselves, the world, the universe, the higher power. When really, we living on a floating rock, living in a system that been created by mankind, humankind. And all the stuff that we use is made by people that decide it was a thought form. Now I'm going to make it into a physical form. And now we have all these different things outside of us to assist us to actually elevate our life to the best, to the abilities. And we have so much information at our fingertips. Why are you not using it? Why are not you taking in new information and expanding your mindset to something more? The power you seek is already within you. The hope and the love and the happiness that you seek is already within you. Nothing is outside of you can fulfill you until you feel fulfilled in yourself. Come back to yourself. Your soul been asking you to come back. And I always say the first step to look at is your inner child. Acknowledge your inner child. It always started when you was in childhood. Acknowledge it, address it, and nurture and soothe that inner child. And give yourself, your present day self, something that your inner child couldn't get. Start today. Stop wasting time. Start living. Actually live. And feel happy and fulfilled of what you're doing. No more waiting. No more waiting. As a person who lived her whole life, my whole young life that I have lived so far for others, but I never feel fulfilled. I was always sad, gloomy, and people always had these huge expectations that I didn't even want to put on myself. But I also put huge expectations on myself because that's what I learned to do. I always wanted more. And it's okay to want more. But don't be hard on yourself for wanting more or going against the grain of what society tells us what success and happiness and peace and joy is. What are those things to you? Get to the nitty gritty. And I said this back in the past videos and stuff. Look at the meaning of success, love, happiness, fulfillment. Look it up. And then compare it to the definition as you see it. Ask yourself, what does that mean to me? And then we don't always have to go off the definition base. We go off how we feel about the word and how that word correlates to our everyday life and how did it affect us in our everyday life. What did we learn about this word? And just really get to the nitty gritty. When we ask ourselves questions, it penetrate the subconscious mind to allow it to come to the forefront. Whatever you seek is already within you. It's time for you to peel that layer back and see who you are and who you meant to be in this time. The power you seek is never outside of you. How do you think every person who quote unquote successful in our society, what do you think they do? Show up and show out and love themselves. Have unwavering trust and faith that they can do it. Do you think fear stopped them? No, fear will always be in their back pocket. Like I said episodes back, have the audacity, have the capability, have the knowing that what you seek is already yours. Stop waiting. Stop. You are more powerful than you know. And if you need more assistance on really tapping into who you are, I have services below. Coaching, mentorship, readings, an ebook if you don't want to even talk to me. I do email readings if you don't feel like doing a one-on-one. There's many sources out here for us to actually elevate. It's no excuse to continue to live a sad, miserable life because you don't want to change. It's time to get to it. It's time to tap in and watch how your life unfold before your eyes in the best way possible. Of course, it's going to be kind of shaky and rocky at first because everything have to crumble before you have to rebuild again. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. It was a very short video. I just really want to get this little message out, a very motivational speech, especially when we're coming towards the end of the year and going into winter. I want you to think about these things. In winter and fall is about introspective and really tapping into who you are and really allowing yourself to be the person you desire to be. Really evaluate what led me up to this point. How do I want the spring and the summertime to be for me? It's time to tap in, babes. Stop missing out on yourself. Stop lacking on yourself. It's time to be who you desire to be. But yeah, that's all I have. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope this fulfilled you. I hope this gave you guidance. I hope this gave you some type of knowledge. And if it didn't resonate with you, okay, take what does and leave what doesn't. Don't force nothing that's not meant for you. And always, like I always say, expand your mind. Explore. There's something that you seek outside of you to actually expand your mind, like knowledge. Something that you really want to learn about. Expand on it. Learn about it. And plus, it helps you become more of an interesting person. But, yeah, I hope this helped you. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on my YouTube fam. And then my podcast fam, you can rate, comment, and I think follow or subscribe to the podcast version. So feel free. Share it with somebody who might need to hear this. And I love you guys. Much love.